Action. Let's talk about Denis Diderot. He was a brilliant man, a philosopher, but he was broke. Then the Empress of Russia gave him a fortune for his library and a magnificent scarlet robe. At first he was happy, but then he sat at his old wooden desk. Suddenly the desk looked pathetic next to the robe. He bought a new one. Then the wall hangings looked drab. He replaced them. By the end, he wrote an essay titled, "Regrets on Parting with My Old Dressing Gown." He was a slave to his new robe. This is the spiral of consumption. We don't buy things because we need them. We buy them because our brain demands cohesion. We want our stuff to tell a consistent story, even if that story ends in bankruptcy. Let's look at a real-life situation today. You're working from home. You decide to treat yourself to a $1,000 ergonomic desk. The desk arrives. It's beautiful. But your $50 chair now looks like a plastic toy. You buy a $600 chair. Now the monitor looks too small. You buy a 34-inch ultra-wide. But the cables, they look like a mess. You buy $200 worth of cable management. Now, the room lighting is off. You spent $2,500 because you bought a desk. The Diderot effect is a parasite. It convinces you that the next purchase will finally make the set complete. Spoiler alert, the set is never complete. The perfect life is a moving target that you are chasing with a credit card. Why is this so hard to stop? Because it's not about the objects. It's about identity. When you buy a pro camera, you aren't just buying glass and sensors. You're buying the photographer identity. And a photographer doesn't use a cheap tripod. A photographer needs a specific bag, a specific laptop, and specific editing software. In your personal life, think about your friends. You go to a fancy dinner once. Now your old clothes feel wrong for that circle. You buy a new outfit. Now you need the watch. You need to host a dinner at that same level. You are literally spending money to maintain a version of yourself that you can't actually afford. You aren't living your life. You're performing a role for an audience that doesn't care. Stop. Look at the room around you. Every upgrade you made, how much did it actually improve your happiness? Or did it just create a new floor for your expectations? The Diderot effect works because humans hate inconsistency. We would rather be consistently broke in a matching house than comfortably wealthy in a mismatched one. That is madness. The most expensive thing you will ever own is the need for more. It weighs more than any debt. It haunts your sleep. It makes you work jobs you hate, to buy things you don't use to impress people you don't like. Break the frame. Be okay with the mismatch. How do we kill the ghost? 2 words. Strategic inconsistency. Deliberately keep one thing that doesn't fit. Keep the old phone. Keep the beat-up car. Use that shabby desk. This acts as a circuit breaker. It tells your brain, the set is already broken. So I don't need to fix it. Buy for utility, not for the look. If the robe is too fancy for your room, get rid of the robe, not the room. Your things should serve your life, not dictate the next thing you have to buy. If an upgrade demands a sequel, it's not a purchase, it's a subscription to poverty. If you're ready to stop the spiral and start actually owning your life, comment chain breaker below.
Oh.
Subscribe to stop being a pawn in your own living room. Cut. Print it.